Today we have a sad bit of news that I'm sure most of you have heard of. Social media star Peanut the Squirrel killed by New York State. Now, this is more involved than the title implies alone. Remember that squirrel that narrowly escaped being burned to death at a simulated volcano attraction in Disney World earlier this year? Actually, no, I don't. Some of you might. It turns out he was much safer braving bursts of fire than he would have been in a nice, safe home in New York. 7 years ago, Mark
Yeah.
Longo, I guess, who lived in Connecticut at the time, took a squirrel whose mother was killed by a car, naming him Peanut. Longo created several popular social media accounts based on his new friend, including an Instagram account with 571,000 followers, a Facebook page with 424,000 followers, and a TikTok page with 67,700 followers. Maybe I should get me a little rat and put it on camera
Yeah,
because
that's what I was
I
thinking.
I have trouble getting 100. Like, here's my rat. Look at my
Yeah.
rat. Well, really?
Oh.
I don't have a rat, but it's something.
Oh.
Okay. A super popular rat. I guess I might put a hit out on it.
Oh.
Last year, Longo moved to Elmira, New York. I guess that's how you pronounce it. I have no idea. I'm not from there. To start a nonprofit animal rescue organization inspired by Peanut, which he called Peanuts Freedom Farm Animal Sanctuary. Peanuts Freedom Farm Animal Sanctuary is a place where neglected and homeless animals receive a second chance at life. The site also details why Peanut became an indoor domesticated pet. He was not equipped to survive in the wild and was injured when Longo tried to set him loose. The sanctuary was funded in large part by the money generated from Peanut's social media accounts.
Well, that's a
So,
good thing that they
so if I
did.
get a little rat and put it on camera, it can live a lavish life. I have me a little rat and I'll have a little scepter and a
Make him a
crown.
throne of cheese.
Yeah, be on a little throne,
Yeah.
with a little rat.
But it's good what they did with the proceeds that he got from
Yep.
having all those accounts and stuff.
And then the cat be looking at it like, I never ate royal food. On Wednesday, Longo received a visit from officers of the Department of Environmental Conservation, or the DEC. So these people were like, we have to conserve animals, right?
Yeah.
That's what you would think, right?
Yeah.
Complaints sent in over the internet that Longo and his wife were unlawfully housing animals. Unlawfully, like they wanted out and they were forcing them inside. But what's the deal? They
Maybe
seized
they
Peanut. They seized Peanut and a pet raccoon named Fred, but in the course of having a bunch of strangers remove him from his home, Peanut bit one of the investigators, so claiming that they had to test the two animals for rabies.
Oh,
Guess how they do that?
yeah. Oh, that's horrible.
I'm going to play this 2 minute long clip here.
We just learned that they have euthanized Peanut
And the raccoon as well.
and the raccoon as well. Um, I am so sorry. This must be really difficult for you.
It not only tears my family apart, but Peanut was the cornerstone of our nonprofit animal rescue. And 10 to 12 DEC officers raided my house as if I was a drug dealer. I was sat outside my house for 5 hours. I had to get a police escort to my bathroom. I wasn't even allowed to feed my rescue horses breakfast or lunch. I was sat there like a criminal after they interrogated my wife to check out her immigration status, then proceeded to ask me if I had cameras in my house, then proceeded to go through every cabinet, nook, and cranny of my house for a squirrel and a raccoon.
They got a search warrant?
They got a search warrant. 4 departments and a judge signed off on a search warrant for a squirrel and a raccoon. And then they took them and killed them.
why did they go through all that to get a search warrant for an animal that had been with you very safely, and the world witnessed this for 7 years? Why now suddenly did they show up with a search warrant and take these animals?
We haven't a clue. We don't know who made the complaints. Again, Peanut was an indoor squirrel, not harming anybody. He's been with us for 7 years. Not a single complaint was ever filed for this animal. We had him for 7.5 years. He became the world's most famous squirrel. We weren't hiding him by any means. He was all over TikTok. He became the first squirrel on TikTok to ever hit 1 million followers. He did every news station around the world. He's helped people. He's helped kids gather joy. And then we started a nonprofit animal rescue called Peanut's Freedom Farm to help animals like Peanut fight a good fight when they're in a neglected case or they're sitting in a slaughter auction. And he was the cornerstone of our life and our organization. We used his platform to help raise money for the 300 animals we have at our sanctuary.
We just learned.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
that's
that is
awful.
unbelievable.
So basically, a
I
bunch of
think I would
people.
just, if it were me, I would be in prison because some motherfucker going down trying to do that.
Yeah.
No, just not.
I mean, it seems to me like some people on the internet got together and told the officials that these people here were animal hoarders or something.
The thing is, it's not just like, an official and a couple cops showed up. No, it's like everybody showed up. They made a big old issue of here. That somebody, jokingly said this got investigated more than Epstein got investigated.
Yeah, it did.
More than Diddy got investigated.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's ridiculous what they did, and they must have been trying to get him on. He must have made enemies with them on some other account, and this is their way of getting at him.
That's what I'm thinking too. I mean, they had to have some kind of beef with them or something. I mean,
Yeah.
for them to go through that kind of a measure to get a squirrel and a raccoon.
And many people are using this as Democrats versus Republicans because some of the people who signed off on allowing this to be done had voted for or contributed to Democrats. I honestly believe that either side might have done it, but I can't say for sure that one side over the other one would have done it quicker. Because when it comes to bureaucrats and law enforcement, they really don't care. They look at everybody like they're a crook and they're out to get you for the most part.
Yeah, that's true. I just hate they lost their pets. I mean, they had these animals for like 7 years.
That's almost like having children. They come in, took them, murdered them.
Yeah.
And this is like state and government enforced.
Yeah.
This absolutely should not happen over a squirrel and a raccoon.
No, it shouldn't.
Especially seeing as how there's plenty of them out in the wild.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's absolutely true. Well, what's to stop the darn government for coming and taking, people's livestock or anything like that they deem that somebody might deem that they're dangerous or something?
What's to stop the government from doing much of anything for that matter?
Yeah, that's true.
But on that note, we are out. So like and subscribe, donate if you possibly can. Comment on this, give me your thoughts. This story disgusts me and I hurt for these people. And that is all for now. We are out.